On tonight's edition of the Overtime, can NEU finish the season on top against Southern Utah? After another successful season, NEU volleyball is looking for back-to-back Big Sky championships. And basketball is in full swing here in Flagstaff. We'll let you know what's going on with both NEU teams. Thank you for joining us and welcome to this edition of The Overtime, Northern Arizona's only sports show. I'm your host, Lauren Hunt, and we have a packed show for you tonight with a lot of local sports action. And joining me is sports reporter Jacquie Lemarr.
Thanks, Lauren. I'm really excited to be here, so let's dive right into some sports.
Yeah, let's get right into it and hit our first topic of the night. Jacquie, do you think the Lumberjacks can bounce back tomorrow against Southern Utah after losing such a close matchup last Saturday at North Dakota?
You know, Lauren, I do think they can bounce back from this loss against the Fighting Hawks. You know, losing 31-38 was not ideal, but the Jacks did a lot of great things that came in, and it showed them that they were a better team than what we saw last Saturday. We saw a great showing from the NAU offense with three receivers, Emmanuel Butler, Elijah Marks, and Delshawn McClellan, record over 100 yards each, and a great game from Blake Kemp, who completed 33 of the 56 passes for 416 yards and 3 touchdowns. The NAU offense continued to show its ability to complete passes, and Blake Kemp and Elijah Marks continue to make a great team, and it really did show in this last game. I mean, Kemp found Marks for a 45-yard touchdown pass to completion to allow the Lumberjacks a 21-10 lead halfway through the second quarter. We've seen this pair work really well together this season, and they came close to handing North Dakota their first conference loss, leading 24-10 at the half. The Hawks did sneak up on them from behind, however, but their ability to come out strong is what the Jacks needed to focus on, and I think that is something they can take into this next week's game with them if they continue to focus on their key pairings and strengths. The team had a lot of great players come out of the gate starting strong and just got outplayed towards the end, but I don't think that means that they can't beat Southern Utah tomorrow. SUU is coming off of a loss at BYU, and they are playing back-to-back games on the road, so I think that playing at home and keeping that momentum could mean a big win for the Jacks here.
Yeah, definitely with the playoffs now out of reach for the Jacks, I want to see them make a statement tomorrow against Southern Utah. At this point of the season, it is all about next year, and this year I feel like the team shows some flashes of just how great they can be, and a big win on Saturday will send a message to the rest of the Big Sky that this team is not going anywhere and will be back next season with a vengeance. Now transitioning to the court, volleyball has had a fantastic season. Is there anything in particular you believe contributed to their overall success?
Well, Lauren, I think that the Jacks have had a really well-rounded team this year, and that has really contributed to the season's success. I mean, they've had a lot of options offensively and have been performing all 6 rotations really well. I think that the strength of this team has come from the all-around consistency of every player on the team. Everyone's pulled their weight, and you can see that in their games. Senior Jensen Barton and Lauren Jacobson, as well as redshirt sophomore Brittany Dorsey and freshman Abby Aiken, have all earned spots on the all Big Sky teams. And this is a team that knew they were going to have to pick up a lot of slack when superstar Janae Vanderplug left last year. And, you know, they did rise to the occasion. The seniors on this team have also stepped up to fill the gap, and I think that that's been a big reason for their success. Barton has played a big role on this season, setting the team to a score record, breaking the previous record set just a year earlier and reaching a new record of over 4,000 assists in the last game in Southern Utah. And Jacobson is ranked 2nd on the team and 8th in the Big Sky with 3.21 kills per set and totals 388 kills, while Addie Lofstead has recorded double-digit kills in the last 3 matches. So we can see that the success of the seniors combined with the talent and weight of the underclassmen has created a great overall dynamic for the team.
You know, Jacquie, I couldn't agree more with you. Freshman Abby Aiken has been dominant on the net throughout the entire season, and the impact that seniors Addie Lofstead, Lauren Jacobson, and Jensen Barton have made is unparalleled. Their presence on the court will definitely be missed next season. Now moving right along, let's turn our attention to basketball. Men's basketball has been on a little bit of a different route as they have lost their first 3 games of the season. What do you think the men need to do to improve the rest of their season, Jacquie?
You know, I think that the men's basketball team has been struggling to find a competitive edge lately. You know, they dropped their first 3 games of the season in the Cable Car Classic hosted by Santa Clara and have yet to capture a win in the beginning part of this season. And I think it's just a matter of timing, Lauren. Honestly, the games that the Jacks have lost have been close, losing 67-64 against Santa Clara and just 69-65 against Tennessee State. They haven't been losing by big margins, and that is a promising sign for them. they can still work on closing those gaps in a shorter amount of time on the court. It is still early in the season, but they are being slightly out-rebounded by these other teams at 115 to 112. So if they can work on this aspect, then I think we will start to see a much different game being played. We're going to look to junior Jordan Martin and Akko Kulano to make a big mark on the court this year. With both of their combined experience and leadership, they are two key players that will be influential components as forwards. Martin ranks 5th in the Big Sky for rebounds, while Kulano sits 15th in rebounding. So if the Jacks have hopes of improving, they will need to rely on these two players, as well as senior guard Jalenti Neely. Now, Neely has been a leader of NAU's offense, making those shots from the floor and the free throw line. He's shooting at a 41% from the field and a 90% from the free throw line. He's ranked 7th in the Big Sky so far with 19 points per game. So if he can keep these statistics, then I think NAU can turn around their season.
You know, the men's basketball team does have their work cut out for them as they try to come back after their 5-25 season last year. The return of previously injured seniors forward Jordan Martin and guard Jelani Neely should positively impact their morale and performance. Now, keeping with basketball for our final topic of the night, women's basketball has been on a roll throughout their opening of their season, winning their first 2 games. How have the women managed to pull out those wins, and do you think they can do it again tonight against Cal Poly?
Lauren, I believe that this could be the NAU women's season this year, and even though they are still the underdogs at 11th and 12th place in the preseason polls, they have won their last 2 games by a pretty big margin, beating UTEP 65-52 and then crushing Antelope Valley 109-60. It's a great start for the women and only the 6th time in program history that the team is 2-0. Not to mention they do have a new coach at the helm, interim head coach Robin Bostic. Now, Bostic is no stranger to NAU basketball program, serving as the assistant coach for the last 4 years on the team. She previously assisted at James Madison, Vanderbilt, Air Force, Princeton, and Long Island, so we can rest assured that we have a replacement that has seen some good programs excel before. Now let's talk about their showing at the home opener. The women set a school record for points in a single game and had 6 players in double figures. In the first part of this game, the Jacks did trail 20-16 behind the Pioneers, but managed to make a remarkable comeback right after the half. So as we can see, it is all about resiliency with this team. We know they have the skills, but their ability to come from behind, as we have seen them do many times last season, is what is the key to these wins. A 2-0 start on the season, and I'm excited to see what, this new era holds for the Lady Jacks.
Yeah, Jackie, those are all great points. The implementation of a new coach and an almost completely overturned roster is sure to add new momentum for the women. The Jacks are the underdogs in all preseason Big Sky polls, but their performance early this season looks promising.